Good Friday evening to you. Welcome inside George Washington High School on the Hill, South Hills, Charleston, West Virginia. Tom Hunter along with you with our RSN Sports Network crew, the Media Center crew, here bringing you RSN Sports High School Game Day coverage of WVSSAC boys basketball tonight as the George Washington Patriots play host to the Hurricane Redskins in a Mountain State Athletic Conference matchup. We're about 4 minutes away from the wrap-up of our pregame festivities, our national anthem, and the introduction of our starting lineups. We're going to take a quick break here and come back and set the scene for you, talk a little bit about tonight's matchup between the Patriots and the Redskins, all that and much more coming your way on RSN Sports High School Game Day, powered by HD Media.
August 5th, 2013 was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. It turned into a nightmare.
Harmony was too big for me to pass through my pelvis. They thought the best option was to put the vacuum on her.
She begged for a C-section over and over and over. They wanted to rush through it. Once Harmony came out, it probably wasn't 5 minutes. They rushed her to NIC unit, and then her head swelled the size of a watermelon. It pretty much crushed her whole skull. Ben Salingo was recommended to us by a family friend that he had represented.
Having Ben Salingo on our side changed everything for the better.
From day one, he did everything for us. He kept in touch with us pretty much on a daily basis to let us know what was going on and even just to check on us.
It gave us closure as a family, a peace, a calming feeling over us that she can rest in peace finally.
We know who we are, where we have been, and where we are going. Healthcare is ever-changing, and we are evolving to meet the future needs of our community. Thomas Health is honored to announce our affiliation with the WVU Health System. WVU Health System and its network of hospitals and physicians across West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania will allow Thomas Health to elevate and expand the current services we offer to this region. With broader access to specialists and subspecialists and the full support of the preeminent health system in our state, we look forward to being your first choice for medical care. Together, proudly serving our community and the state of West Virginia, today and tomorrow.
Welcome back to George Washington High School. Great look there from our Kroger Fresh for Everyone cam up in the upper reaches of the gymnasium here on the Hill as we get ready for tonight's Mountain State Athletic Conference showdown between the Hurricane Redskins and the George Washington Patriots. Tom Hunter along with you on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media, for RSN High School Game Day coverage as we look at tonight's matchup, the tail of the tape. George Washington rolling into tonight's game with a 13-2 record. Lost 2 of 3 there with 2 setbacks last week, but bounced back with a 65-62 victory over Ashland Paul Blazer from Kentucky here on Tuesday night. In this most recent edition of the Associated Press State Boys Basketball Rankings, the Patriots ranked 3rd in Class Quad A, and in their last 11 games, 9-2 overall in that stretch. Again, the 2 losses coming to Capital and to South Charleston, but Rick Green's ball club putting the pieces together, bouncing back from that run and looking to finish out strong here to close out the regular season. For Hurricane, they come into tonight's game 7-8 on the season, ranked 18th in the most recent state rankings in Class Quad A, and in their last 10 games, 5-5 overall down that stretch. And one of those matchups, the last one coming at Huntington back last Thursday, that was a 70-58 loss on the road at Huntington to the Highlanders, but that was a game that was tied up at the half, and Huntington really had to fight their way through the second half on that one to put away a very stingy Hurricane ball club, who's played much better than their record reflects down the stretch, with wins over Winfield and Cabell Midland, and also wins around the rest of the schedule for them over Ironton, Ohio, Riverside, Musselman, Capital, and Tulsa. We're going to take another quick timeout. We'll be back for the starting lineups. You're watching high school game day coverage on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media.
Make sure you are informed with HD Media. We are leading the state in local, digital, and print media. We are storytellers. We focus on education, health, entertainment, politics, opinions, sports, and the outdoors through our websites, print, or social and mobile apps. We work every day to enhance the lives of our customers by informing, entertaining, and empowering our readers in the communities we serve. We are HD Media.
Caldwell Luz DeTrapano, the law firm that wins. Have you been injured through no fault of your own? Contact your relentless advocates for justice to evaluate your personal injury claim. Caldwell Luz DeTrapano, proud sponsor of the Player of the Game.
Ranked one of the best mobile banking apps in the country. True story. Welcome to Huntington.
Back live at George Washington High School. Now for the introduction of tonight's starting lineups, let's turn it over to the public address announcer here, Jason Smith.
Number 0, Montrell Dean. At guard, number 1, Jackson Clark. At forward, number 24, Daniel Spencer. At guard, number 10, Braden Whittington. At guard, number 2, Carson Odell. Head coach for the Redskins, Lance Sutherland. Now, for the home team, the Patriots of George Washington High School. A 6'7" freshman forward, number 5, Noah Lewis. A 6'1" junior guard, number 25, Lucas Dean. A 6'2" junior guard, number 10, Dawson Lutzford. A 6'3" senior guard, number 11, Brendan Hoffman. A 6'7" senior forward, number 33, Big Ben Nickel. The Patriots are coached by Rick Grew, Rudy Castle, Dr. Robin Brewer, Chad Pullis, Senior Trevino, and Todd Hutchinson.
There's a look at your starting lineups tonight. Thanks to Jason Smith, the PA voice here. Does an outstanding job on the mic on the hill for the George Washington Patriots. A great look from our Kroger Fresh for Everyone cam, and similarities in the starting lineups tonight. Both clubs starting 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a freshman in the starting lineup, with Hurricane starting, of course, the big man Mondrell Dean, who made news earlier this week with his football commitment to Big Ten school Purdue. A huge get, not only for the Boilermakers, but for Mondrell Dean. Going to be taking his talents to the next level with a Power 5 school in Purdue on the gridiron. Jackson Clark, Daniel Spencer, Braden Whittington, and Carson Odell rounding out the starting lineup for the Hurricane Redskins. Patriots with their usual starting lineup of late, Brendan Hoffman and Ben Nickel anchoring things with Dawson Lunsford, Noah Lewis, the freshman, and Lucas Deem, the junior forward. Dean with the shot up, no good. Rebound hauled in by Clark, who takes it back to the rack, and the shot pulled down off the rim by Ben Nickel. George Washington quickly transitioning down. Hoffman with a long three-pointer. It's up and good as Brendan Hoffman knocks down the first points of the evening for the Patriots. Good crowd filing in tonight for this Friday night MSAC showdown. Launch from downtown, no good. Shot hauled in. Rebound put back by Mondrell Dean off of the miss from Braden Whittington. Lunsford looking for some help, gets it back out to Hoffman. Working in on the high post to Lewis, down low to Lunsford, who takes a baseline up and good. Lunsford with a nice effort the other night. He was the Caldwell-Luce, the Trapano player of the game in her contest against Ashland the other night, finishing with 13 points, 5 rebounds in the winning effort for Rick Green's ball club against the Tomcats. Dean rolls, shot up, no good. Hoffman with the rebound. And here come the Patriots. Nickel quickly down floor to Lewis. Takes a power bounce, goes up, knocked out and rejected. Nice play on the defensive end by Daniel Spencer for the Redskins. And Nickel responds, getting an opportunity at a second chance there with the long jumper for 2. Counted 3 rather. 8-2 game now. So Nickel with a tray, Hoffman with a tray, and Lunsford with the 2. For the scoring for the Patriots. Foul on the floor on Lunsford, his first, team foul number 1 on the Patriots. Will send Mondrell Dean to the line for Hurricanes' first trip to the charity stripe tonight. Dean's first shot short. Again, talked about Mondrell Dean, that big news, committing to the Purdue Boilermakers. Talented linebacker, winner of the prestigious Huff Award as the premier defensive player in high school football in the state of West Virginia. Also claiming the Chuck Halley Award as the state's top linebacker. Impressive resume on the gridiron, has really been a solid contributor here for Lance Sutherland's ball club on the hardwood. Turnover, here comes Hurricane in transition, up off glass, no good is the shot, but the putback up and good by Jackson Clark off of the miss by Carson Odell. 3-point ball game. Patriots with the lead, and ball gets away from Lunsford on the high bounce. Here comes Hurricane in transition. Odell up off glass and good. And timeout on the floor for Rick Green. Will take one as well. Tight ball game early here on the Hill. You're watching RSN Sports High School Game Day coverage on HD Media.
Saves the day.
Well, this is how I cook, so.
I'm a big fan of your food. Thank you. Smells so good.
Oh.
Get 20% off your entire purchase every day and find more deals only on the McDonald's app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Back on the Hill, live game coverage coming out of the timeout. Rick Green trying to get his troops settled down a bit. Lewis on the baseline, nothing going. Tries to get it back out to Hoffman. Steal by Whittington, who takes it all the way down off glass and good. It's Whittington's first points of the night, first lead of the night for Hurricane at 9-8. Another turnover on the offensive end for GW. Mondrell Dean with the basketball. The big fella gets over to Clark, drives the lane. Clark loses the handle on the basketball, gets it back to Dean. Quick touch pass back in underneath. Shot up, no good, and a second chance. Can't knock it down as Spencer. Here comes the Patriots. They're working Lewis on that baseline, the double team trap down there as Clark and Dean closed in on him. And a turnover. Actually, not a turnover, correction. Got a timeout there, I think, or for substitution. But a turnover on the inbounds for GW, so it'll be Hurricane basketball. 9-8 game. Hurricane getting their first lead on that last possession, 4:50 mark here in the first. Great to have you with us along the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media. If you're watching us on the outstanding group of HD Media newspaper websites, or you're watching us on the HD Media Plus app on your smart television or device, great to have you with us. Jackson Clark adding to a scoring ledger there with that basket. 4 points on the night for Clark for Hurricane, extending that Redskin lead out to 3. Midway through the first, Hoffman nowhere to go. They work it down to Nickel in the corner. Dean with the pressure as Nickel dribbles out, will take the long three-pointer off front rim. No good. Rebound hauled in by Odell. Here comes Hurricane on the transition. Spencer back to Dean, over to Odell. Long three-pointer is launched by Odell, and the freshman knocks it down. 5 points on the night for Carson Odell. 6-point lead for the Redskins. Hoffman back up to Lunsford, tied up down to Hoffman. A long three-pointer from the corner is launched by Brendan for 3. Second 3 of the night for Brendan Hoffman, 6 for the senior. Cuts that lead to 3. Under 3 minutes left to go, opening quarter. Dean tries to go cross court, gets knocked away by Nickel, and hauled back in by Clark, who took it to the rack, but nothing going for Clark.
In for the Patriots. Kelly in for the Patriots.
So substitutions for Rick Green's ball club as Ash Agut and Chuck Kelly enter the ball game for GW. Rick Green switching things up here. Actually, Dennison in the ball game now as well for GW. Hoffman over to Goot in the corner, pulls the trigger on a 3, no good. Rebound hauled in by Jackson Clark for the Redskins. Down to Odell down in the corner to Whittington. Check that to Spencer. Turnover, thrown away. Goot with the basketball, brings it across half court. Down in the corner to Hoffman, who launches a 3. No good. Chuck Kelly on the backside there to retrieve the air ball. And a foul called on the floor on Hoffman on a push-out. That's Brendan's first. As you recall, Brendan Hoffman got in some foul trouble the other night against Ashland. 4 fouls early in that second half and really limited his playing time down the stretch for Rick Green's club the other night in a win over the Tomcats. Dean off the miss there. Hoffman with the basketball. Brendan takes it all the way in. No good, but he'll go to the line. Drawing the contact. We'll get the trip to the free throw line. Jackson Clark picking up the personal for Hurricane. That's their first. Team foul situation 2 on GW, 1 on the Redskins as Hoffman knocks the first free throw down for his 7th point of the quarter. And GW chipping away here. Miss on the second. Still trailed by 2 here. Odell with the basketball in the wing. To cutting Clark in the corner. Back to Odell. And we got a call away from the basketball. I think it's maybe on Kelly. Yes, Chuck Kelly. Some contact down there in the lower block. Team third. First personal on Chuck Kelly for the Patriots. Dean on the circus move, getting it back over to Odell off the inbounds. Dean tried to set the screen there, nothing going. Hoffman closing in on the defense. Dean back out in the corner. Jumper is up and good by Daniel Spencer. Extends his lead back out to 17-12. Chuck Kelly underneath for 2. (17-14). Under a minute left to go, opening quarter. Great one here on the hill between the Redskins and the Patriots. Odell with the basketball up top, gets it over to Whittington. Whittington looking down in the paint, throws it down low to Spencer, who puts it up off glass and in. 5 points on the night for Spencer. Brendan Hoffman, Goot, Dennison back up to Hoffman. Over to Nickel to take the three. Open look, no good. Rebound hauled in by Dennison. Get it over in the corner to Hoffman, who drives all the way to the rack, takes it up, no good, but he'll get the trip to the free throw line. Well, no, he won't. Offensive foul, so Hoffman picking up the charge, and that's 2 on Brendan Hoffman before the end of this first quarter. Not what you want to see if you're Rick Green. As Brendan Hoffman takes a seat down on the bench. So on the floor now, Goot, Lunsford, Nickel, Dennison, Kelly. The 5 on the floor for GW. Odell off the elbow, working his way to the rack, gets the roll through the bottom of the net. Three-pointer at the horn, launched, no good. That's the end of one here as Hurricane taking a 7-point lead after 8 minutes of basketball. Highlights courtesy of our friends at Lester Raines Acura. Big turnover here and transition for the Redskins, scoring the bucket, Braden Whittington. On the offensive end for GW, Noah Lewis getting shut down there with a big block from the Redskins, but Nickel takes advantage of the opportunity from outside the arc to knock down a 3. Mondrell Dean for Hurricane. The big fella driving in, the kick out, an open jumper from the corner for Spencer, who knocks it down for 3. And a huge thanks to Parmar Stores for their support of high school athletics and our broadcast all season long. Of course, don't forget, coming up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on the campus of Washington State University, 26 games over those 3 days as part of the Parmar Stores shootout at the Big House 2023. Of course, HD Media and the RSN Sports Network will be bringing you exclusive video streaming coverage of all 26 games, starting with our first tip-off, the Ravenswood girls in action, 8:30 Monday morning. Games tipping off at 8:30 at 9 o'clock on Monday morning, and 8:30 on Tuesday, 8:30 on Wednesday. The final tip-offs each day, 9 p.m. Be sure to tune in for all the coverage here on HD Media and HD Media Plus, courtesy of Parmar Stores along the RSN Sports Network. Odell opens up the scoring in quarter number 2 for Hurricane as they extend that lead out to 9. Kelly off the baseline to a cutting Dennison for 2 as Brandon Dennison knocks down his first bucket of the game. LeRon Dews, number 13, handling the basketball for Hurricane. Substitution at the beginning of the quarter for Lance Sutherland's ball club. Three-pointer is launched off back rim, no good by Odell. Nickel has it for GW, gets it up the floor quickly to Goot, down on the baseline to Kelly. Nothing going there as they close in on him. Tries to get it out, stolen away by Odell. Takes it all the way down. Nice block there by Ben Nickel. He would have nothing of it as Odell trying to close it out there off the transition to steal. It'll be Redskins on the inbounds underneath their own bucket. We'll talk a little bit more about the schedule on the Parmar Classic, or the Parmar Store Shootout at the Big House coming up here throughout the evening. Give you some highlights of some of the action coming first of the week as Lucas Dean knocks down the big 3 there for GW. Cut the deficit down to 4. Dews with the basketball, takes it all the way in. Off glass, no good. Rebound hauled in by the Redskins. Jumper off the corner by Dean, rolls off the rim, controlled by Nickel. Here comes GW. Ashton Goot with the basketball, running the point. Again, Hoffman with the 2 early fouls on the bench, usually in that point guard role for Rick Green's ball club. Lewis on the low block off of the assist from Ben Nickel. Goes for 2 and will go to the line for the three-point play. That's where Ben Nickel could really hurt you. And you look at the Lester Raines accurate replay. He's a big guy that can play like a point guard and facilitate, and that's exactly what he did there, drawing some of that attention out and finding an open glimpse with Noah Lewis down on the low block, who was able to take it up strong and in. Couldn't convert on the three-point play, though, but still cuts the deficit down to 2 now. Redskins with the lead, 5:45 left to go in this opening half. Jackson Clark with the basketball. Clark drives off glass and in. 6 points on the night for Clark. Back to a 4-point lead for Hurricane. Ashton Goot over to Nickel. Ben looks up top. They work it around. Lucas Deem in there. Goot back up top to Lunsford, who drives, gets it knocked away by Dean. He gets it back and takes it strong to the rim, up and good. Lunsford with 4. 2-point game. LaRon Dews running the point for Hurricane. Odell works it down to Clark. Clark, nothing going there with the good defense from Lunsford. Odell with the basketball over to Dews. Mondrell Dean popping up that high post, but getting plenty of attention there from Ben Nickel. Tie up and a forced turnover there. Good job by GW on defense. Ashton Goot gets it down to Lewis. He turns around, works for space, and gets it. Nice job by the freshman Lewis. Clearing some space there on the baseline. 4 points in the quarter for him. And a tie ball game on the hill, 25 all. Dews down in the corner. Jumpers up by Odell. Off the back of the rim. Rebound fought for, controlled by Lewis. Gets it over to Goot, and here comes the Patriots. And Goot with the quick pass there. Deem couldn't quite get a handle on it. As it goes out there into the Hurricane bench, it'll be Redskin basketball. Talked about some of those matchups in the Parmar. Coming up on Monday, Ravenswood and Tug Valley's girls tip the thing off at 10 o'clock actually on Monday morning. Then it's all boys matchups the rest of the day. Ravenswood against Wyoming East, RCB against Scott, Cameron against Buffalo, Parkersburg South takes on Huntington, Logan and Fairmont Senior, South Charleston and Jefferson. And we wrap up Monday's play at the 9 o'clock tip between the Van Bulldogs and Tays Valley Christian. That's what Monday's opening day of the Parmar Shootout, the Big House, looks like, as LaRon Dews knocks down the jumper for Hurricane. We'll be talking more about Tuesday and Wednesday's action here throughout the broadcast. Hope you can join us. A lot of great basketball action coming up next week at West Virginia State. We're proud to bring it to you here along the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media. Huge thanks to Parmar Stores for their support of the great event. Two-point game here for Hurricane as GW looks to tie or take the lead here off the turnover. Nickel kicks out. Three-pointers up by Lunsford. Off back rim, no good. Rebound hauled in by Odell. Gets it up top to Whittington. He'll set things up for Hurricane. 2:25 left to go before halftime. Dews over to Whittington. To the big man, Dean. Back to Dews off the wing. The matchup, Dews. Goot with the defense. The guard stepping up. Dean there on Whittington. Jumper by Odell is up. Rattles out. Rebound hauled in by Lewis. Nickel with the behind-the-back pass down the corner to Lunsford. They work it into Lewis off the block. Tipped out Loose ball held on to there for a moment by Lunsford. I think it was last out off of Whittington. It will be GW basketball. And timeout on the floor as Hurricane will take one, a full timeout. You're watching high school game day coverage on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media.
What started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Chris, I think people see our commercials and they want us to tone it down.
Oh, like everybody else.
I'm on TV showing you a row of cars.
Low prices.
Cars have outsides and insides.
Explosions!
Families with a dog. Price for families and a dog.
Fireworks.
And look at this dollar sign. Maybe not.
Right now at Dutch Miller Kia, get a 2023 Sportage starting at just $269 a month.
Back at George Washington High School, huge thanks to Frontier Communications providing production for tonight's broadcast via the Media Center. We certainly do appreciate Frontier Communications' support of our high school game day broadcast along the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media. Tom Hunter in with you this evening with our Media Center crew from George Washington High School. Patriots and Hurricane Redskins locked up in a duel here on the hill. Ben Nickel knocks down the 2 to tie this thing back up at 27. 5 points on the night for Nickel. Long three-pointer up from the corner, no good by Spencer. Goot quickly down floor to Nickel, who works it in on the low block to Lewis. Lewis can't get the shot to fall. Redskins get the save. And Odell with the basketball for Hurricane. Hurricane took control of this game. 4:50 mark in the first, their first lead of the night. They haven't surrendered it since then. GW has tied it up a couple of times but has not managed to retake the lead, but looking to retake it here as they head to the final gun of the half. Tied up at 27. Inside 40 seconds to go. Patriot basketball. Deem got it back up to Goot. He'll set things up. Ashton Goot running the point is Brendan Hoffman, senior point guard. Early foul trouble with 2 fouls. Has been on the bench the majority of this second quarter. Lewis converts on the baseline for 2 and gives GW back the lead in the final closing seconds here of the first half. Third lead change of the game. Dean from the corner, no good. That'll be the end of the first half. 29-27 game. Again, 3 lead changes in this first half. Hurricane leading the majority of the half. George Washington retaking the lead there in the closing 20 seconds of the first half. Great ball game on the hill. Good look at the crowd there with our Kroger Fresh for Everyone cam. We're going to step out, take a break, come back, talk about some halftime statistics. Also, talk a lot more about the upcoming Parmar shootout at the Big House. Go through the rest of that schedule for you. All that and much more coming up as halftime rolls on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media.
Ball Toyota is here for you. Toyota has a hybrid for everyone, like the 53 MPG Corolla or Camry, the all-new 57 MPG Prius, the 41 MPG RAV4, the 40 MPG Venza, and the 36 MPG Highlander or Sienna. Need more room or want to haul a trailer or boat? Get the 24 MPG Tundra or the all-new 24 MPG Sequoia. Give your new Toyota the protection it deserves with a genuine Toyota service contract. Visit balltoyota.com. Ball Toyota of Charleston. It's a whole new ball game.
Winter is coming. It's time to remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. With cooler days ahead, now is the time to call Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling and schedule your heating system tune-up. Our experienced technicians will provide you peace of mind with our comprehensive 15-point system service. The Mullen Heating System Service and Safety Inspection will ensure you aren't left in the cold this winter. Remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call and schedule your tune-up today or visit us online at mullenplumbing.com.
Buying a car is easier than ever.
We're introducing the area's only personal shopper to help you find the perfect ride.
This no-pressure team can help you find a vehicle in your budget, appraise your trade, work out payments, even pick out a vehicle that fits your needs, and send you all the information.
You can have the car delivered to your house or choose our Fast Pass delivery, and we'll have everything ready for you to pick up your new car quickly.
Tell us exactly what you're looking for, your payment range and terms, and let us find the best options for you.
Just go to ToddJFord.com and see for yourself.
I'm attorney Bobby Warner. Congress recently created a fund to compensate victims of Camp Lejeune who were exposed to toxic waters between 1953 and 1987. If you or a loved one were diagnosed with cancer or other health issues related to toxic water exposure at Camp Lejeune, call today for a free case evaluation.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
Saves the day.
Well, this is how I cook, so.
I'm a big fan of your food. Thank you.
Smells so good.
Oh. Get 20% off your entire purchase every day and find more deals only on the McDonald's app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Back at George Washington High School, Patriots with a 29-27 lead here at halftime over the Hurricane Redskins. It's been a battle. Hurricane, much like they did against Huntington the other night, coming out in a 2-3 zone that really created problems the other night in the matchup for Huntington. Doing much the same tonight with Rick Green's ball club and presenting problems for GW early, creating turnovers that led to Hurricane building a lead that they could sustain throughout much of the first half, but George Washington just kept chipping away, and it's good to have a lot of flexibility in terms of the depth that Rick Green has on this George Washington bench, because as we saw the other night, Brendan Hoffman ran into foul issues. That gave a lot of playing time for the point guard position to Ashton Goot, which he finds himself serving in that role again tonight with the 2 early fouls on Hoffman that kept Hoffman out most of the second quarter here tonight as well. So I know Rick Green hoping to get a senior point guard back on the floor and keep him out of foul trouble the remainder of the game. We'll see how that holds. But Ashton Goot doing an outstanding job stepping into that role, the junior, and running this offensive attack for the George Washington Patriots out much of the remainder of this first half. Coming up, as we mentioned, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it is the Par-Mar Stores Shootout at the Big House, the Walker Convocation Center on the campus of West Virginia State University. This is an event that's been around now for a few years. The origins of which came from some great coaching minds, and Mark Hatcher of Logan, Rick Green of George Washington, Mick Price of Ravenswood, 3 of the veteran head coaches in the state of West Virginia that had a hand in putting this event together. We had an opportunity to catch up with Rick Green, talk to him more about the event earlier this week.
This was a brainchild of Mark Hatcher. It started probably 2008. And it started with us playing him, and it just grew and grew. We have some really good matchups. You have Logan and Fairmont. Jefferson's going to come down and play South Charleston at us. And there's just good matchups all the way through both days, all 3 days. So 1 ticket for all day, I think is a really good deal. And like I said, there's not a bad seat at State. It's just really a good facility. You'll dress in the men's and women's locker room. You know, you'll rotate that. Coach Poore is very good about that. Like I said, they just treat it like we're home. And they want you to be happy when you get there. Nate Burton is fantastic. The dressing rooms are good. Everything's extremely organized. There's a lot of people on site. If we need anything, they're there. Their training staff helps us. Their statisticians, their SIDs, they do all the stats for every game, just like a state tournament. So it's as first class as we're trying to do it. And that's all because of Brian Wall and Par-Mar Stores, because they underwrite it. And without them, we wouldn't be able to do this.
Appreciate Rick Green's time talking about this signature prep basketball event. A big thank you to Brian Wall and and Dave Allen, all the fine folks involved with Par-Mar stores for their support of high school athletics. Of course, Par-Mar inking a sponsorship deal with the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission back last fall. We'll be talking to Brian more about that, and also about Par-Mar's just outstanding support of so many high school programs across this great state of West Virginia, and what they do in stepping up to support student athletes and support community high school athletic programs is truly outstanding. I'm really excited about the opportunity to partner with them to showcase this wonderful event and bring all 26 games to you live or on demand. If you do want to watch them on demand, you have the ability to do that through the HD Media Plus app. All you got to do is search HD Media TV in the App Store on your mobile device, or HD Media Plus on your smart television or device, and you can find the app and load it up there. And then for $10, are you kidding me? For a full day of basketball, you're stealing. if you're only paying $10 for a full day of basketball, so I recommend, if you have the opportunity to do it, if you can get down there, support those kids and support that great event. It is outstanding basketball. And you look at some of the matchups involving teams here throughout the MSAC area, the Huntington-Charleston area, that are involved in this event. Coming up on Tuesday evening, Charleston Catholic takes on Huntington St. Joe. That's a 7:30 tip. Parkersburg South and Huntington, the girls' side of things, will wrap things up Tuesday night in the nightcap at 9 p.m. You've got Parkersburg and Spring Valley, a boys-girls doubleheader with the boys tipping off at 1 on Tuesday and the girls tipping off at 2:30 on Tuesday. Of course, Rick Green's George Washington Ball Club taking on Jefferson. That will be a 4:30 tip on Tuesday. And then taking a look at some of the highlights from Wednesday's action involving some of the teams around the area. George Washington's girls will take on Nicholas County. That a 4:30 tip. Beckley Woodrow Wilson on the boys' side of things will take on Bridgeport at 6 o'clock on Wednesday evening. Capital and Cabell Midland boys square off at 7:30 on Wednesday night. And then the nightcap, Sissonville and Roane County and the boys at 9 o'clock on Wednesday night. We're going to take another timeout. Be back in 2 minutes with the start of second half action. You're watching high school game day coverage on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media.
August 5th, 2013 was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. It turned into a nightmare. Harmony was too big for me to pass through my pelvis. They thought the best option was to put the vacuum on her.
She begged for a C-section over and over and over. They wanted to rush through it. Once Harmony came out, it probably wasn't 5 minutes. They rushed her to NIC unit, and then her head swelled the size of a watermelon. It pretty much crushed her whole skull. Ben Salingo was recommended to us by a family friend that he had represented.
Having Ben Salingo on our side changed everything for the better.
From day one, he did everything for us. He kept in touch with us pretty much on a daily basis to let us know what was going on, and even just to check on us.
It gave us closure as a family, a peace, a calming feeling over us that she can rest in peace finally.
Make sure you are informed with HD Media. We are leading the state in local, digital, and print media. We are storytellers. We focus on education, health, entertainment, politics, opinions, sports, and the outdoors through our websites, print, or social and mobile apps. We work every day to enhance the lives of our customers by informing, entertaining, and empowering our readers in the communities we serve. We are HD Media.
Caldwell Luz DeTrapano, the law firm that wins. Have you been injured through no fault of your own? Contact your relentless advocates for justice to evaluate your personal injury claim. Caldwell Luz DeTrapano, proud sponsor of the Player of the Game.
Welcome back to George Washington High School. Getting ready to get our second half underway here. 29-27 lead for the Patriots over the Hurricane Redskins. And as we mentioned in the onset, you look at this Hurricane record of 7-8, it's very deceiving. Lance Sutherland's ball club has continued to get better and better and better down the stretch, and it's played very well against some very tough competition here of late. So they're giving Rick Green's ball club all they can handle here this evening. Brendan Hoffman is back in the game after some early foul trouble for George Washington. Ben Nickel getting the second half started off in a big way there with a three-pointer from the corner. knocking down the Patriots' first field goal of the half. Responding on the other end, Carson Odell. Odell with a big night so far, double figures for Hurricane. From the corner, Lucas Deem for 3. So just like that, 3 3-pointers in the opening 40 seconds here to start things off at a frenetic pace in this third quarter. Odell with the basketball. Long 3-pointers launched by the freshman. He knocks it down. 3 3-pointers on the night for Odell. Noah Lewis tries to get it back out in the wing and it's taken away on the steal by Daniel Spencer, who comes up short on the offensive end for Hurricane. And another cross-court pass, dangerous, as Dean nearly stepped in and stole that one away. And Rick Green talking to his ball club about the passing, addressing the little things with Ashton Goot back up at the point guard position. Hoffman back on the bench for a moment. Lunsford knocking down the 2. He's been playing some great basketball of late. 4-point lead for the Patriots. Whittington with the basketball over to Clark. Gets it into Dean. They've managed to keep Dean pretty quiet here tonight. Just 2 points in that first half as he's faced a tough matchup with Ben Nickel. Nickel from the corner, popping for 3, knocks down the tray. Timeout on the floor. We're going to keep it right here. 7-point lead for George Washington, as they have come out on fire in this second half. This was a 21-14 game at the end of one. Hurricane led it. As we look at our Lester Raines Acura replay, some of the hot shooting here to open up this second half. Knocking down the 3 from the corner, Lucas Dean for George Washington. Jackson Clark with the kick out there to Spencer, back up top to Odell, the freshman, canning another 3-pointer for Hurricane. And then here, George Washington off the miss sets things up for another long 3-pointer from the corner for Ben Nickel, who knocks it down. So hot shooting to start this one out in the second half. Don't forget RSN Sports Network and HD Media's Game Day has all the coverage for you throughout the high school basketball season. Full lineup of teams from across the coverage area, plus in-depth coverage of events such as the Parmar Stores Shootout at the Big House and the MSAC Night of Champions and so much more. You can watch all the action by downloading our new app on your device or smart TV. Just search for HD Media Plus and open up a whole new world of West Virginia prep sports coverage. Clark draws the contact, will go to the line. Lunsford picking up the personal, his second team foul, number 1. Clark heads to the line to shoot a pair. Jackson Clark knocking down the first free throw. He knocks down the pair of free throws. So on the night, Jackson Clark with 8 points. Cuts the lead to 5 at 40-35. 5.5 left to go in this third quarter. Dean with the steal. Trying to make something happen here. He goes up strong, too much. Loose ball fought for, controlled for a moment by Clark, and then gets hung up at a tie-up with Lunsford. Possession error will stay with Hurricane. Inbounds to Clark. Back up to Dean, around to Odell. Now back to Clark. Dribbles in, penetrates, kicks. Jumper up by Daniel Spencer, no good. Backside rebound by Dean, who gets it over to an open Braden Whittington for the 2. 4 points for Whittington. Jumper off the elbow, good for Ashton Goot, who knocks it down from 15. Extends the lead back out to 5. Clark, nice hustle play by Goot, nearly had the steal. Couldn't quite get around Carson Odell though. And contact by Lunsford there. Just knocking it out of bounds though, no foul. It'll still be Hurricane basketball. Whittington brings it across. Nice hustle again by Goot. Jumping out. Knocking the ball out. Hurricane struggling to get something set up here. Dean try to set things back up. Gets over in the hands of Clark. Clark drives, kicks to Dean. Dean thought about it for a moment, kicks back out. They set things back up top. Clark. Whittington over to Dean. Dean trying to get some momentum to get around Nickel, and he just can't work his way around the big fella. Odell with the long three-pointer off front rim comes to Lewis, to Goot. Brings it across for GW. 3:40 left to go here in this third quarter. 5-point lead for the Patriots, and the steal for Hurricane. Quickly down floor, they work it to Whittington. Back over to Clark. Jumper from inside the free throw line, no good. Dean with the rebound. And contact on the floor looked like from Lunsford with the hold. Check that. Ben Nickel with the contact, his first personal, team foul number 2. He inbounds to Clark. Clark working off the low block. Misses the shot. Here comes G-Dub. Nickel passed up the shot. Drew the contact from Dean. His first. Team foul number 1 for the Redskins. And a foul on the floor underneath. This time it was Spencer picking up the foul. Daniel Spencer with his first, team foul number 2. It'll send Ben Nickel to the line. Nickel looks to add to the point total this evening. Get into shooter's bounce there off the front of the rim. Falls through. Peyton Taylor in the ball game now for Hurricane. Second free throw drops through the bottom of the net for Ben Nickel. Nickel at 5 at the break has added to that with another 8 points in this third quarter. Give him 13 on the night. 7-point lead for GW. Whittington with the basketball gets the defensive pressure of Hoffman, who will jump over on Odell and bring the pressure. Odell pulls up, fall away, can't get the bounce. Nickel gets the rebound. Down to Brendan on the offensive end. Brendan goes hard to the hoop, can't get the bounce off the rim. Back out to Goop for the open 3, and he knocks it down. Sorry, Dean rather, for 3. Ten-point lead. Clark back out as Peyton knocks down the three-pointer. Peyton Taylor, his first shot of the night. A big one from beyond the arc, cutting this to 7. Inside 2 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Hoffman with the basketball for the Patriots. Nickel, wide open look, top of the arc, good. Ben Nickel, his third three-pointer of the quarter, fourth of the night. 16 points for the senior. Odell works it inside to Clark. Clark rolls to the bucket with the up and under and in. 50-42. Ben Nickel drives the lane, takes it all the way in, up off glass and good. Ben Nickel taking over in this third quarter. 13 points in the quarter, 18 on the night. 10-point lead for GW inside, a minute left to go in the third. Whittington with the basketball for Hurricane. Clark drives, up off glass and good, and count the basket as he draws the foul to head to the line. Lucas Deem drawing the personal there. That will send Whittington to the line for the bonus free throw. Deem checks out, Chuck Kelly in. LaRon Dews checking in for Hurricane as Clark looks to convert here. Knocks down the three-point play. Brendan Hoffman with the basketball for GW. 30 seconds to go, third quarter. 7-point lead for the Patriots as Hoffman works and weaves and drops the lay-in for 2 off glass. Jumper from the perimeter is up and good for Braden Whittington. Hoffman under 10 to go here, brings it across. He'll pull up and take the 3. Off front rim, no good. That'll be the quarter. 54-48. We'll be back for the fourth coming up. You're watching high school game day coverage on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media.
What started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Make sure you are informed. With HD Media, we are leading the state in local, digital, and print media. We are storytellers. We focus on education, health, entertainment, politics, opinions, sports, and the outdoors. Through our websites, print, or social and mobile apps. We work every day to enhance the lives of our customers by informing, entertaining, and empowering our readers in the communities we serve. We are HD Media.
Good look at our Kroger, fresh for everyone. Camera shot from the upper reaches of the gymnasium here at George Washington High School. Tom Hunter with you on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media. High school game day coverage, MSAC basketball. It's been a dandy tonight. George Washington leading Hurricane at the end of 3, 54-48. Getting ready to start the fourth quarter here with George Washington, the opening possession of this final 8 minutes of basketball on the hill. Brendan Hoffman. Quickly over to Denison and back into Hoffman's hands to Nickel now. Ben Nickel, huge third quarter for the senior. Knocking down 3 threes in that last frame for Rick Green's ball club. Comes up short on his first shot attempt here in the fourth. Jackson Clark against Hoffman. Back up to LaRon Dews in the ball game. Hoffman on the turnover. Brings it down the opposite end. Pulls up. Knocks it down with the little bunny. Hoffman. 11 points on the night. Jumper up from the corner, no good. Hoffman. A little bit of contact there, but nothing. Got away from it. As the officials let him play on. GW. Defensive rebounds been key for them in helping to extend this lead and keep it.
His second. Team 3.
GW 5 of 6 from three-point range here in the second half. I mean, just hot shooting by both ball clubs. Hurricane was 4-4 from three-point land there early on, and it's been a fun one to watch. Again, Hurricane led this one 21-14 at the end of one, held the lead until the late stages of the first half. GW retook the lead, and it's been all Patriots since then. Hoffman off of the block there, 13 feet out, and knocks down the jumper. 4 points in the quarter for Brendan. 10-point lead for the Patriots. Whittington, floater, no good, falls short, gets his own rebound, loose ball, fought for on the floor, still being fought for on the floor, and Hurricane had control of it, and I think managed to get a timeout. They will give the timeout to the Redskins as we stay right here. Dutch Miller Auto Group, appreciate them being a sponsor of the Game Day's Tailgate Show. And take a look at our Lester Raines Acura replay here. Brendan Hoffman, that nice little bunny there as he pulled up and got the short floater. Nickel looking for something to set up here, finds Hoffman, who drives in, pulls up from 13, drops this one. Good quarter for Hoffman so far. Again, a huge thanks to Dutch Miller Auto Group, official sponsor of the RSN Sports Network Game Day Tailgate Show, which will be returning to you here coming up with football season in the fall. Find out what the sports scoop is by tuning into the Dutch Miller Tailgate Show. Again, coming to you fall of 23 here on the RSN Sports Network. Also, a big shout out to the West Virginia Coal Association. Appreciate all their support of our broadcast throughout the season. Still, Coal keeping the stadium and the gymnasium lights on at high schools all across the great state of West Virginia. Appreciate the West Virginia Coal Association and their strong support of hlunchy school athletics. Braden Whittington knocking down that three there for Hurricane. 58-51 as they cut the lead to 7. Lunsford responds on the other end, though, extend it back out to 10 as he knocks down the 3. His first 3 of the night. Dews drives baseline, kicks back out up top. Weston Smith was trying to roll with it, lost the handle for a moment, got it back, and shot comes up short. GW on the other end quickly. Baseline jumper up, rolls in and out from Deem. Jackson Clark with the basketball now for Hurricane. Over to Whittington, who kicks back out. Long jumper from the corner up, no good by Smith. Ball tipped around, controlled by Nickel. Quickly down floor to Noah Lewis. And contact, looks like this one is going to be a goaltend. Lewis had a wide open look, and the goaltend interference there. So it'll be a goaltend. Give Lewis credit for the basket. 63-51. Dews goes down hard. And we've got a foul call on the floor. Let's see what we have here. Foul on Lucas Dean. This will be his third. Team foul number 4. It will be GW basketball. Or sorry, not on Lucas Dean. It will be on Mondrell Dean, number 0 for Hurricane. So 63-51, 4:22 left to go in this one. Braden Weddington picks up the foul. It'll send Hoffman to the line to shoot 2. Brendan Hoffman misses on the first. We'll have one more. Hoffman knocks down the second free throw. 64-51. Corner 3 is up and good from Carson Odell. He's had a great night shooting the basketball. Timeout on the floor, full timeout for Rick Green. We'll take one as well. You're watching high school game day coverage on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media.
Winter is coming. It's time to remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. With cooler days ahead, now is the time to call Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling and schedule your heating system tune-up. Our experienced technicians will provide you peace of mind with our comprehensive 15-point system service. The Mullen Heating System Service and Safety Inspection will ensure you aren't left in the cold this winter. Remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call and schedule your tune-up today or visit us online at mullenplumbing.com.
Chris, I think people see our commercials and they want us to tone it down.
Oh, like everybody else.
I'm on TV showing you a row of cars. Low prices. Cars have outsides and insides.
Explosions!
Families with a dog. Price for families and a dog.
Fireworks!
And look at this dollar sign. Maybe not.
Right now at Dutch Miller Kia, get a 2023 Sportage starting at just $269 a month.
Back at George Washington High School. GW on the inbounds. Nickel working against the pressure of Mondrell Dean. Dean will pick up his 4th foul, bumping Nickel there on the pressure, trying to deny them getting across half court on that full court press. So Dean picks up his 4th. Big shout out and assist to a guy that is with us every broadcast, with us remotely tonight, under the weather. We're fighting through it. Dan Shreve, we wish you all the best. We do miss having you here this evening, but appreciate you watching us tonight. 64-54 game. George Washington with the lead. Looking for the foul here. I don't know if that foul was on. For the number.
Lewis shoots 1-on-1 for the Patriots.
Okay, the foul was on Davis, I believe, his first. I'll check that. Davis isn't on the floor. So Noah Lewis knocks down the free throw. We'll try to figure out the foul situation here. Misses on the second. Dews, I think, was the one who picked up the foul. With the wrong number on the scoreboard. And Clark getting it knocked away, draws the contact. He'll shoot 2. Foul on Brendan Hoffman, his 3rd. Doing a much better job of playing under control in this second half. Again, ran into the early foul problems in the first half. Hoffman doing a much better job again playing under control in this second half for Rick Green. Clark misses on the first. He'll have one more. Clark knocks down the second. Hoffman tied up there in the trap at the corner, but they managed to fight through the press and get the ball across. And Hoffman will set things back up. Perkin bringing the pressure. Dews trying to get the steal there. Knocks it out of bounds. It'll be GW basketball. Hoffman drives baseline up off glass, rolls in and out. Lunsford on the second chance opportunity knocks it down. Dawson 5 points in the quarter. On the night 11. Dews on the offensive end, converting for 2 for Hurricane. Again, that trap, as Hoffman will throw it out of bounds off of Whittington. It'll be GW basketball. As Hurricane continues to bring that full court pressure and look for those trap opportunities and turnovers. Nickel off the inbounds in the trap situation. Knocked out of bounds off of Whittington. But they say it was last off of Nickel, so it'll be Hurricane basketball. Looked like Whittington might have touched the last, but a rule came off of Nickel on the extension. Whittington tries to get it in. .301 left to go in this one. Clark down to Dean, picked away by Hoffman, who goes into Clark. Clark sets, it's a block on Clark. That'll be his 4th. Sorry, his 1st, rather. Foul situation on the board. Not matching up what we've got here, but nonetheless, Hoffman at the line shooting. Misses on the 1-and-1. Dews 3-pointer knocks it down. Ron Dews, 5 points in the quarter, 7 on the night. Cuts the lead to 7. Substitution into the game for GW. It's Lucas Dean, rather, checking him back in for Noah Lewis. Nickel off the inbounds in the trap. They work through it. Lunsford, he's getting tied up now. Contact by Dean. That's going to be Dean's 5th. So Mondrell Dean out of the game. The senior departs. Limited scoring night for Dean. They held him to 3 points on the night after he finished with 15 against Huntington the other night. So nice job defensively there by George Washington on Dean tonight. And of course, that all the result of the matchup key there for Ben Nickel on Mondrell Dean, and Nickel doing an outstanding job on him all night long. So Lunsford will go to the line to shoot the free throws off the Dean foul. Knocks down the first. He'll have one more. .12 points on the night for Dawson Lunsford, the junior forward. Make that 13. 9-point lead now for GW. Dews picks up the ball. Looks to move quickly to the bucket. Shot off the backside, no good. Nickel to Hoffman. Down floor to Lunsford. He works around traffic, pulls up, pops, drops it from 13. Dawson Lunsford with another 2. 11-point game. 3-pointer short off front rim by Odell. Rebound by Dews. Dews fighting his way back to the basket. Up and under, drops it in. And they try to throw it off of Hoffman there. Hurricane. Odell trying to get it off of Hoffman. They managed to get the last touch off of Hoffman. Hurricane basketball. Take away by Nickel. Got to do something with it there. He gets it back to Goot, who works across traffic. Dews ties him up for the foul. It'll send Goot to the line.
Fouls on Dews. This first. Goot shoots 2.
That Hurricane defense, they've been aggressive all night and jumping into passing lanes, doing an outstanding job, but GW managed to fight through it. Maintain some distance here every time Hurricane would respond. GW would respond and extend that lead back out down the stretch here in the second half. Scoot misses on the first. We'll have one more. And he got the roll that time. Knocks down the second one. 72-62. Coming up on 90 seconds left to go in this one. Dews rolls, nothing there. Gets it, tries to get it over to Odell, and it's taken away. Here comes Lunsford off the long pass from Nickel, who puts it up and in. Dawson Lunsford, another 2. Dews forced down, will draw the contact from Nickel. He'll shoot 2. Dews coming up short on the front end of that. 2-shot foul. Nine points of the night for LaRon Dews. Looking to break into double figures, and he does. Knocking down the second free throw. The trap on Nickel. GW works through it, breaks the press. Here comes Hoffman on the offensive end. Down the corner, jumper is up. And good by Lucas Deem for 3. His 4th 3 of the night. Odell, floater off the elbow, up and good. Timeout on the floor, we'll take one as well. You're watching high school game day coverage on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media.
Chris, I think people see your commercials and they
Well, this is how I cook, so.
I'm a big fan of your food. Thank you.
I'm on TV showing you a
Get 20% off your entire purchase every day and find more deals only on the McDonald's app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm attorney Bobby Warner. Congress recently created a fund to compensate victims of Camp Lejeune who were exposed to toxic waters between 1953 and 1987. If you or a loved one were diagnosed with cancer or other health issues related to toxic water exposure at Camp Lejeune, call today for a free case evaluation.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
Back at George Washington High School, closing minutes here. Well, closing minute in this MSAC matchup between Hurricane and George Washington. Redskins gave George Washington all they could handle here tonight. Not going away quietly. Still not going away quietly on this one as Hurricane continues to bring the pressure and fight late in this contest to stay in and have a chance to make a late run here if they can. They can just knock down some shots. But a lot of work to do. Down 12 with 49 seconds left to go in this one. Great effort by Lance Sutherland's ball club. Big difference has been on the boards. GW with 8 rebounds to Hurricanes 2 in this fourth quarter. A lot of second chance opportunities for George Washington down the stretch. 5 of those 8 rebounds, defensive rebounds for the Patriots in this final canto on the Hill. Long three-pointer is up and good by Carson Odell. He's kept it hot from the perimeter all night long. 4 second half three-pointers for Odell, 5 on the night. 22 points for Odell, the freshman. It's been impressive. Again, they won't go away. And that's a credit to what Lance Sutherland is doing with this ball club as they continue to mature and get better each and every outing. Rick Green talking to his troops. The 30-year veteran here on the Hill. 506 career wins. Win number 500 coming just a few weeks ago, January 6th down at Spring Valley. Milestone victory for the veteran head coach as we get a good look at the Kroger Fresh for Everyone cam shot there. Here high on the Hill. Hoffman tied up off the inbounds. He'll head to the line as GW in the double bonus the rest of the way here. So Hoffman on the night, 14 points, 7 in the first half, 7 here in the second half, looking to add to that scoring total. As he drops the free throw. Hoffman averaging 19 a game coming into tonight's contest. And he's going to be playing pretty close to average here. 3 of 5 at the line in this final quarter. Three-pointers up, no good by Clark. Hoffman will get another opportunity to shoot more free throws, add to that scoring total. 16 points on the night for Brendan. Again, 3 of 5 at the line in this final quarter. 4 of 6 at the line in this final quarter. Make that 5 of 7 in the final quarter at the line. 6 of 8 on the night at the line for Brendan Hoffman, the senior. Three-pointer is launched, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. This will be GW basketball. Under 20 seconds left to go in this one. 81-68 game. And it looks like Hurricane will call off the pressure. Ben Nickel will dribble this one out. And that'll put a cap on things here on the Hill. It was a battle. GW powering through and coming away with a big MSAC, hard-fought MSAC victory tonight by a final of 81-68. We'll be back to take a look at our highlights, talk about our player of the game, all that much more in the postgame coming up here on high school game day coverage from the Hill. It's a GW winner, 81-68 over Hurricane on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media.
Caldwell Luce DeTrapano, the law firm that wins. Have you been injured through no fault of your own? Contact your relentless advocates for justice to evaluate your personal injury claim. Caldwell Luce DeTrapano, proud sponsor of the Player of the Game.
Back on the Hill, George Washington High School player of the game, our Luch Caldwell DeTrapano. Player of the game tonight, Ben Nichols. We take a look at some of the highlights from the senior big man on the Lester Raines Acura replay. And he could hit the long-range jumper with the best of them. He's a big guy that plays like a point guard, but he could do so many things, and you see what he did defensively tonight. Did an outstanding job in shutting down a scoring threat of Mondrell Dean tonight, holding him to 3 points on the night. Nickel converting there on the jumper off the elbow. Hoffman looking to set things up. They get a look there for Nickel in the corner, and he's deadly when he can get set and get the time to pop that three-pointer down in the corner as he did there. Good here on the transition for GW, and they find Nickel again down in the corner for another three. On the night, Ben Nickel knocking down 4 3-pointers. 18 points on the night for the senior big man as he knocks down the one here from the top of the key. Our Caldwell Luce Trapano player of the game, Ben Nickel, for the George Washington Patriots as he rolls in with power move up off the glass and in. So great to see Ben Nickel racking up the scoring totals again. He's been kind of quiet for the most part throughout much of the season on the scoring ledger of things, but such a key in facilitating things for this George Washington ball club. You didn't see it in the scorebook, but you would see it each and every night with the number of guys that got opportunities because of what Ben Nickel's been doing as a leader on the floor and really facilitating things for Rick Green's Patriot offense. So again, congratulations to Ben Nickel, our Caldwell Luce Trapano player of the game tonight. Taking a look at the scoring totals this evening. Of course, Ben Nickel finishing with 18 points on the night. It was a huge fourth quarter for Brendan Hoffman. In the fourth quarter alone, Hoffman scoring 9 points on the night, finishing with 18 to tie for game-high honors with the Patriots' Ben Nickel. Dawson Lunsford, another big night scoring-wise for George Washington, as in the fourth quarter, he ends up scoring 11 points, finishing with 17 on the night. Noah Lewis with 8 points on the night. Lucas Dean with 12 points on the night for the Patriots. Ashton Goot finishing up with 3 points. Brandon Dennison with 2 points, and Chuck Kelly with 2 points for the Patriots, who improve to 14-2 on the season, or to 15-2 rather on the season. For the Hurricane Redskins, leading the way for the Redskins in scoring tonight, the freshman Carson Odell, very impressive, especially from the perimeter, as Odell knocking down 5 3-pointers on the night, finishing with 22 points for Lance Sutherland's ball club. Peyton Taylor finished with 3 points on the night. LaRon Dews with a nice night for the Redskins tonight, as he, in the fourth quarter, adds 8 points to the ledger, finishing with 10 points on the night for Hurricane. Braden Whittington, 2 3-pointers in the second half. He finishes up with 12 points on the night for Hurricane. Daniel Spencer with 5 points on the evening. Mondrell Dean, again, held to just 3 points tonight. Credit to Ben Nickel on the outstanding defensive effort on the big senior Mondrell Dean tonight. And Jackson Clark with another good night shooting-wise for Hurricane. Jackson Clark hitting 4 of 5 at the line down the stretch for the Redskins, as he finishes up with 12 points on the night for Hurricane, who falls to 7-9, 3-5 in the MSAC. But again, don't let the record deceive you. This Hurricane Ball Club getting better and better. They're going to be a dangerous team and a dangerous out for anyone, particularly as we get to the tournament stretch and the sectional. So watch out for Hurricane down the line. A big thanks to our media center crew tonight. Kayla Donathan on the graphics for us tonight, handling the score bug and graphics for us. Ethan Young directing tonight. Sydney Hunter on the replay. Haley Hunter on the camera. Wrapping it up for our crew, I'm Tom Hunter. Be sure to join us on the live coverage of all 26 games of the Parmar Shootout at the Big House. Huge thanks to the fine folks at West Virginia State for being such a great host for that event, offering up live stats for that event as well. Appreciate Brian Shepard and all the work that he's been doing with us in that regard, getting ready for those broadcasts coming up. Again, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All the action starts on the HD Media Plus platform Monday morning beginning at 10 a.m. Girls basketball action. Ravenswood taking on Tug Valley. All told, there'll be 8 games on the agenda Monday. We'll have coverage from 10 o'clock until well beyond 10 o'clock Monday night on the HD Media Plus platform. Tuesday, all the action gets underway 8:30 a.m. with a girls tip between Doddridge County and Wirt County, and continues until the late tip in girls basketball between Parkersburg South and Huntington at 9 p.m. on Tuesday night. And then on Wednesday, all the coverage begins at 8:30 in the morning. Williamstown taking on Charleston Catholic in a girls matchup, and wraps up with the nightcap of boys matchup at 9 p.m. between Sissonville and Rogue County. Be sure to check out our Facebook pages on the HD Media family of newspapers, Charleston Gazette Mail, Huntington Herald Dispatch, also Parmar Stores Facebook pages for a complete schedule of games. We look forward to bringing all 26 of those games to you over the 3-day run, Monday through Wednesday at West Virginia State. For everyone working on our outstanding media center crew, Tom Hunter wrapping things up here from the Hill. Your final score again tonight, 81-68, George Washington defeats Hurricane on RSN Sports Network's high school game day coverage, powered by HD Media.
We know who we are, where we have been, and where we are going. Healthcare is ever-changing, and we are evolving to meet the future needs of our community. Thomas Health is honored to announce our affiliation with the WVU Health System. WVU Health System and its network of hospitals and physicians across West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania will allow Thomas Health to elevate and expand the current services we offer to this region. With broader access to specialists and subspecialists and the full support of the preeminent health system in our state, we look forward to being your first choice for medical care. Together, proudly serving our community and the state of West Virginia, today and tomorrow.